Grace. One word, full of introspection, full of reflection, full of life's direction. Grace. Gratuitous endowment that God gives, knowing that we don't deserve. Justice says, give them what they do deserve. Mercy says, hold back what they do deserve. But grace says, give them what they do not deserve. When you have been the benefactor of the goodness and the grace of God, it creates within you a spirit of humility, because you recognize that what you have, God gave you. What you know, God taught you. Where you are, God brought you. Grace. And so stop adding up your problems and start counting your blessings and looking at the things that money cannot buy. Because no matter how your life has evolved and no matter how many challenges and trials you may have, remember, you are here listening to this moment now simply because of one word. Full of introspection, full of reflection. Today is your life direction. I'm here because of grace. I'm here because of grace. When I think about grace, it causes me to reflect over my life, to think about all the things that God has done that I do not deserve. It is a gratuitous endowment, something that God has chosen to give to someone unworthy like me. Grace. And when you begin to reflect over your life, none of us have any reason to be arrogant, to be puffed up, to walk around as though we deserve what we have. That car you drive, it's called grace. That house you live in is called grace. That food on your table is called grace. But not just things money can buy, but begin to think about the things money cannot buy. Air, mercy, life. It is all packaged in one word. It's called grace. And so as you reflect over your life and you begin to think about all the things that could be going wrong, pause now and thank God for that one word called grace. It was so awesome that our ancestors could only come up with one phrase for that word. It was called amazing.
right, good evening. Good evening. Are y'all excited to be here? Let me hear you make some noise. All right, that sounds okay if you're at a Titans game and they're down by like 10. But if you are excited to be here with BeginAnew tonight, let me hear you make some noise. All right. Well, guys, my name is Shayna Berkeley. I am so excited to be your MC for tonight and your host. We are here to learn, to celebrate, and to connect with one another as well as the graduates from the programs. And I have a lot of information to share with you tonight. You're going to just be so excited and so filled about the great work that's happening with this organization. So firstly, we want to say thank you and how excited we are to return to the Madison Church of Christ. That's where we are right now. And I want to welcome everybody who's watching from home. I'm not exactly sure where you are, but I know you're out there. And so we're so grateful to have you tuning in. And if you are like, oh my gosh, I want to make sure my mom, my friend, my sister knows about this program, send them a text right now. Tell them to join you on the live stream so they can hear about all the amazing work that's going on and a lot of the testimonials from the graduates. So we're going to hear from a lot of our graduates and the people who do all the hard work with BeginAnew. And I just want to make sure that if you're watching online and there are any bloopers, just laugh with us, pray for us. It's the first time that we're doing a hybrid, and so we're excited about what that means, but also, you know, technology, right? So we're in this together, right? All right, so you're going to hear from students and graduates about their experience in the program, which is always an event highlight. But first, let me lay a foundation about why BeginAnew is needed as a ministry in our community. As you may know, BeginAnew has multiple locations in both Davidson and Williamson County that's offering faith-based education program. And that's the first key, faith-based. The work not only equips adult learners for the future by helping them earn their high school equivalency, improve English language, or learn new computer or job skills, but it also provides students with Bible study and a community to share about the gospel and the love of Christ. The ultimate desire here is that the students draw closer to God for some and to meet God for the first time for others. So amen to that. The majority of the students are men and women in their 30s, and it's never too late to create a positive plan for the future to come together as a community. During the pandemic and still today, as part of the mission, BeginAnew offers resources to all of our students. For example, right here, we're able to refer students to the Madison Church of Christ Benevolent Center. And we also work with a wide variety of partners to connect students with referrals such as rent, food, clothing, counseling, medical needs, internet connectivity, and so much more. Can you imagine what a community and what an intersection that we're creating based on having all these resources with all these community partners? And they truly provide more than just education. Remember that life transformation occurs for the adult learner, their families, and for generations to come. That is how important education is. Now, for a second, we're going to concentrate on the high school education. Did you know, I'll give you a little trivia here, friends. Did you know that workers without a high school diploma have the lowest median weekly earnings, or they earn $592 per week less than other workers? That's about $30,000 each year. Can you imagine, as a matter of fact, take a moment to imagine what your life would look like if you had $30,000 less each year than you currently make now. That money can be helped to pay off debt, to help create memories with your friends and your families, to buy new shoes if you like, and it runs the gamut. That is such an important marker of success and financial stability. So adult education is not just about math or science or social studies, but it's about finding a different job or starting a lifelong career. It's about learning about health benefits, how to create a household budget, how to help your kids with their homework. If anybody tries to help kids with their homework, it's not easy, at least not for me. It's also about reading. A mother's reading skills is the greatest determinant of her children's future and academic success, even outweighing other factors such as their neighborhood and family income. Another trivia question. Did you know that almost 43% of people in our country cannot read above a third grade reading level? This is why the adult education's successes are so important and worthy of celebration and support. Earning your high school education is critical for today and tomorrow. And right here in Nashville, 48% of people who identify as Hispanic do not have a high school education. That's not for lack of intelligence or desire, but it's for lack of community. And that is our job, to create that community and resources for them to be able to get that reading level and that high school education. The need is great. And BeginAnew is serving a need in Madison and our other counties in downtown Nashville, Woodbine, and Franklin. So as we invite Paula and Cassie up, I am excited to introduce you to a lady who is changing her future here at the Madison campus. Cassie Mangrum is currently enrolled at BeginAnew and is only one test away. She's one test away, guys. I know, come on. Give it up for her, okay? I don't remember the last time I took a test. She's only one test away from earning her high school equivalency. This devoted mother has dreams for her future and is doing something about it for herself and for her children. She's a role model. Joining her is Paula Farmer. You might recognize our friend Paula as the event MC from the past several years. We're delighted to welcome her back. She's a gifted speaker, author, and business owner who grew up in a family that valued education and knowledge. Today, she has put her passion to work, helping individuals and businesses use integrity-based principles to guide pathways to excellence through her business, Core Value Leadership. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Congratulations, Cassie.
Thank you.
Really good journey that you're having going through this process, and we definitely want to celebrate that and talk about that. But before we go into that part, would you please share with us, like, what or who was your motivation to even begin this process?
My children.
I think, put it up to
My children.
your children. Talk a little bit more about that, like.
I was a very young mother. I had my child at the age of 15, 16. He's now 18. So I wanted to get in here and get this done before he graduated. And he is a senior now. So I'm trying to get up here and get it done before he graduates. He graduates this year coming. So.
That's awesome. So before he walks across the stage, Mama's going to walk across the stage.
Exactly.
I think that's pretty amazing. Don't y'all think that's pretty amazing? That's awesome. So as you just mentioned your son, that says that you are a devoted mother, and that's really probably your most important role, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What was your son's reaction when you shared with him that you were going to begin this process?
He was like, really? I said, yes, really. I said, he didn't know at first that I didn't finish school. And I took him down the road, like, explained everything to him and told him how it was kind of hard getting him in and out of daycare at a young age. And he was like, well, that's good, Mom. I said, but you know what? I got to do it before you do. And he was like, yeah, you do. So here we are.
That's good. That's good. Well, we're so happy for you, and we're just so grateful that you've made this a priority in your life and in the life of your family. What was your thought process when you thought about making time for school? Did you check your calendar? Did you maybe have to change your work schedule? What were some of the things that you had to do to recalibrate to make this fit into your life, so to speak?
I really didn't think about it. I think I've been here in this program actually since 2013, maybe a little bit before that. Me and Miss Andrea was talking, and I can't really remember. But I've been in the program for a very long time. My first go around, it just didn't work out. I didn't think I was ready. I was missing too many, classes. I just wasn't focused. This last go around, I told myself, I have to get in here. I have children now. I have one that's going to be graduating soon. I have a 14-year-old and a 4-year-old. So I said, I got to show them you can do it. You, no matter age, whatever goes on in your life situations, you can do it. So that's.
Well, we definitely applaud you for that. I remember a very brief story that a young man that I follow, he was talking about getting his PhD, and he said it took him 12 years. He said, but once you get your diploma or your degree, it doesn't say how long it took you. So kudos to you for continuing to push forward. Yeah.
Thank you.
So you are one test away.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you're feeling excited about that, right?
Oh, I'm excited and I'm ready. I'm
Yes.
ready to get it on.
And again, we're very proud of you. Have you pictured in your mind the moment that you're walking across the stage? And if so, what do you see in your mind's eye what that's going to look like?
Yes, I do picture it all the time. I've actually been very excited about it. I've talked to Andrea about it. It's going to be very emotional.
Yeah.
And it's also just going to be a dream come true.
Well, hopefully you have bought a frame. If not, you're looking for a frame.
Yes, I am.
Yes, to put that diploma in. What would you say to me if I was somebody and I wanted to go through the process that you're going through? What would you say to me if I continue to doubt myself, if I'm a little nervous, I didn't know if I could do it? What would you say to really motivate me to take a chance on myself?
Just do it. Just do it. Get in there. Get it done. Just do it. That's all I can say.
Nike says that, just do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I just want you to know that we feel like you are just a great example of so many people that come through this program, and we're just so blessed to have you here, and we're really excited for you and can't wait for the day when you finish that test and you graduate, and we're definitely going to celebrate with you.
All right. Thank you.
Give Cassie another hand. So now we want everybody to see and experience the work here that happens at the Madison campus. We're going to enjoy a behind-the-scenes look through video at what a classroom looks like for Cassie and others working hard in our programs.
Good evening. I am Andrea Waters, and I am a program manager here at the fabulous Madison location of BeginAnew. I'd like to tell you a little bit about our offerings here at the Madison location. One of my favorite offerings of the entire BeginAnew program is our Bible study. Bible study is offered on Monday nights here at our Madison location, and it's offered to the ladies so that they get to know each other, but they also get to know about the love of Jesus Christ and his principles. Miss Patty has a way of just bringing the Bible to life, and our students recognize that they are more than just someone that's here to get their higher education. They have a soul, and we absolutely love them. We offer HSE classes, and those are high school equivalency classes. The students, they are enthralled in everything dealing with subject matter, concepts to help them grasp the knowledge needed to pass the high school equivalency test. You will see teachers up at the board demonstrating problems. You will see students interacting and just learning the concepts. We know there are several ways that adults learn, and so we make sure to engage them. They're reading, they're on online study material as well, and they are engaging with one another so that they grasp those concepts needed. They have children's programming, which includes Bible study for our little ones. It includes homework help, and it also includes exploratory playtime so that they can explore and play in the environment that is most comfortable for them. One of the offerings here at Madison Church of Christ is our ELL program, and that is English Language Learners. You will see our volunteers who are committed to helping our students grasp concepts so that they are successful here in the United States. We are not just an educational facility, we are a community. And you will find that we all love on each other and we care about each other. That's from the volunteers to the students to our staff and everyone involved at BeginAnew. It's about community here. And our students come, our volunteers are committed because we show people that it's not just about education, it's about Jesus Christ, and we are here and we are in it together.
Hello, I'm Amy Sue Banker, and I am the new program director at BeginAnew. I moved to Tennessee and started with BeginAnew back in May. And that was a time when conversations were happening about preparing to reopen for in-person learning. And with reopening came the opportunity to welcome back our students' children as well. And you heard Miss Andrea talk a little bit about our children's programming, and I'm going to tell you more about that tonight. As I was learning about BeginAnew, I was thinking a lot about, we say we're teaching one generation to change the next. And I was thinking about the next, and this was the jumping off point to reimagine what we could offer to our students' children. So we are enhancing the children's program and building consistency across all of our locations with 3 structured elements, and Andrea referred to those. The first is homework help. So although our focus as an organization is on adult education, we have a really unique opportunity to reinforce the importance of learning with the children who are in our care while their parents are in classes. So we're really excited to partner this year with an organization called Homework Hotline. They're well known across the state of Tennessee. They're a well-established organization. All of the Homework Hotline tutors and teachers are certified and available for children from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. So children can use phone calls, online chat, and other secure methods to work one-on-one with a tutor for a single homework assignment or an entire school year. And once a child is established with Homework Hotline, they can get help as many times a week and for as long as they need it, whether or not they are in our care at that time. So it really establishes a resource for our students' children to use while they're with us, as well as when they're at home and needing that extra little bit of a boost with homework. The second element is Bible study. And we're working on, we've applied for some grants to purchase additional children's Bibles and annual curriculum kits. We'd like to tie in the concept of Christ skills as well as life skills with the Bible stories that the children will learn, so that each month we'll focus on a specific Christ skill, such as love, and then connect the Bible lesson with some life application ideas for our children. The third element is a structured game, craft, or playtime, and we've also applied for grant funding to purchase some craft kits, games, and activities that will each connect a Bible study or a Christ skill to further reinforce those lessons. And the craft kits and the projects will also be something that we can use just to encourage parents to bring their children, have the children attend, and have something to look forward to, as well as to use to celebrate special holidays or occasions. So we look forward to developing this program and building it out over this year. And I think that with the help of God and our staff and all of our dedicated volunteers, we can continue to change the next generation in Middle Tennessee.
I considered using the ramp, but that's a long walk. These shoes are not made for walking, despite us being in Nashville. So, guys, we'll give her another round of applause. Thank you so much, Amy Sue. I'm going to invite Patty Stewart up. So many of you guys know Patty Stewart, and so she really doesn't need an introduction, yet here I am introducing her. She is beloved by the BeginAnew staff and students and everybody that knows her. She's been teaching the Bible study class and serving on the events committee for the fall fundraiser and working behind the scenes in the lives of students for years. But I'm going to let her tell you her story. Patty?
Thank you, Paul. Shane. In the early years, when BeginAnew was here at Madison started, it was then Christian Women's Job Corps. My good friend Susie Ashley was a mentor in the beginning years, and she invited me to a Christian Women's Job Corps fundraiser. That was before the men's program was started. I was so impressed with the program, the testimonies of the ladies, how everything worked, and I walked away that night with just a great feeling for the program. A couple of years later, I retired from the youth group here, which I was in for several years, and I always thought my next step was Crisis Pregnancy Center because working with youth, I admired that program. I thought that's where I was going to go. But 2 years passed, a year, and I didn't connect with them. I didn't pursue it. I didn't do what I should have. So I was in Dawn Ferguson's Sunday school class, and she was the director here at the Madison at the time. And she asked me to take, she was being asked to step up as director to help build the program, and she asked me to take over the Bible study, which scared me. And she said, I'll give you the lessons. Well, you know, and she said, but it's only interim. She said, because I want it back, because that's my passion. But sadly, just as they were looking for Andrea, we didn't know who they were looking for, and she was going to step back to Bible study. Of course, she found out she had cancer. And when it started becoming clear she was going to lose her battle, I promised her I would stay for a while. So here I am. My favorite part of Bible study is when, and I know everybody in this room has just about had that moment when you open the Bible and you see something you didn't know was there. And it's such a wonderful thing. So that's my favorite, when when their eyes get about this big and they're like, I didn't know that was in the Bible, like that PG-13 story of Judah and Tamar. So we all know that story, right? And they just it gets worse, and then it gets worse, and then it gets worse. And they're like, God's people lived like people I know. And so the great thing about that story is that Tamar must have become an incredible mother, because her boys, you know what happened to her twins. We get to flip over to Matthew, and we see Judah and Tamar and her son Perez in the lineage of Jesus. And so I think it is a fabulous story of how God takes our mistakes and works them for good. He covers us. When we turn our hearts, God never initiates deceit. He always, always honors the turning of the heart, the repentance. So I just want to say that I have learned so much from the ladies. I always say I learn as much from them as they learn from me, because we're just really studying together. So it's not a real process of teaching. But I have learned what real hardship is and what real struggle is, social and monetary struggle. I've learned what exhaustion is. Because I laugh. I was laughing with my table tonight about how I've never been too busy to eat. I could stop and eat and go and even leave the building if I wanted to. But some of these ladies come in and they're so exhausted. And can you imagine coming to class after cleaning 9 hotel rooms? 9 hotel rooms. Yet she was in class. And a lot of these ladies, just like us, are also caring for sick parents, sick children, and sometimes parents and children. So they're tired. They're tired when they come in. And sadly, some of these ladies, I've learned what it is. They describe to me how it feels to be hurt, to really be hurt, to be betrayed by family members. But who do you think some of the people who hurt them are, if you had to guess? Not Jesus followers, but church people. Church people. They've been hurt by people who think they need to clean up, clean out, get straight before they come in. And that's not what a Christ follower does. My favorite t-shirt right now is Rescued People Rescue People. Isn't that great? That's my favorite shirt. I want another one that says Forgiven People Forgive People. I want that one too. So tonight is about money. We've got to have money. We can't say it any other way. We need money, but we also need volunteers. So this is a plea for volunteers. If you feel rescued, if you feel forgiven, you can come and be part of a rescue story of another person. And I speak about ladies because that's who I work with, but when I say ladies, I mean men and women. You can come and change a life. You don't have to be a Bible facilitator, study the Bible with them. You just show them Jesus. You show them what real rescue is about and what real forgiveness is about. So I always tell the ladies, I study the Bible with you because when Jesus comes back, he's going to come get me. I know that. And so I want everyone to know, and I want to help others to know, when he comes back, he's going to get them too. Thanks.
All right, thank you so much, Patty. And I love what she said. She basically was like, we are building a community, right? We are not here to give or show, but we're here to point towards the cross and to say that we are all beautiful and broken. And God sees us and God loves us, and there's no hierarchy in the kingdom. So thank you so much, Patty, for that. She preached a message. So y'all still need to go to church on Sunday, but she definitely gave you your midweek message. All right, Patty. Ordain her right now. All right, so guys, we're going to take a little moment to transition, and I am going to formally introduce you guys to Charles and Regina Walker. You guys heard their beautiful music earlier today as you were entering, and we're so grateful that they're here. They have really just been such a blessing to us in the music ministry. And so we have the opportunity to be still and listen to their remarkable talents. Charles is a Southerner from Alabama who started playing the saxophone at the age of 12. Now, it didn't take long for him and his church to recognize the budding star, and he soon shared his jazz music with other churches and events. He moved to Nashville, Tennessee in 2001, almost a native, but not quite. And others quickly began to hear what we've been hearing all night, his pure talent. He's played with others and opened for so many of the industry's most elite artists. And tonight he's joined with his beautiful wife, Regina. We are simply blessed to have you both here tonight, and we know that we'll be excited and blessed by your performance. Take it away.
There, and I was listening to everybody, and I can definitely feel the love in this organization, and just such a blessing to hear that you actually, you teach about Christ and you don't judge people. You were right. Some of the most hurt comes from church folk. But we're going to play a couple of songs. One of them is on the CD that I recorded. It's called How Great Thou Art.
They asked me to follow that. I think that's rude. Out of all, I thought we were friends. Gosh. I don't know if you guys actually knew those songs, but the first one, How Great Thou Art, right? And the second one of the many lines is, You are the strength of my life. So we talk about how our students can continue to do the work. And as Patty told you about all the things that they do before they even get into the classroom, and you're wondering how can you leave a job and then come and invest in yourself and invest in your community and your children. And I think those two songs answered that really profoundly. So we're so proud of our graduates and the students who work hard to earn their degrees. Can you imagine as an adult, perhaps with kids, going back to school and having to learn math? Like, oh my gosh, without a calculator, who knew? I wouldn't make it. And if you're honest with yourself, you may not make it either. But they're working outside the homes, they're working in the homes, they're going to classes twice a week at night, they're leaving their family, they're doing the extra work, they're studying, they're working together with our community. What they're done is worthy of celebration. And they do it because education is important. It matters. They do it because they deserve a better job. They deserve a brighter future. And they have faith in themselves. And tonight we're able to show them that we also have faith in them. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to do that here in just a minute. I know you're so excited to say, Shayna, how can I give? Well, just hold your horses. You know, your proverbial horses. We are in Nashville, so we're cowboys and cowgirls. I'm going to tell you how to do that in one moment. But before I do that, I want to invite LaToya and Paula to the stage. We're going to move to our next feature on the program, which is a graduate, LaToya Brennan, who will have a conversation also with our friend, Paula Farmer. I'm thrilled to recognize that she has earned her chance when she graduated. Yes, she graduated. Give her a round of applause. With her high school equivalency right here from that Madison program. In fact, she recently celebrated a new job. See, I'll give it up to that. Lunch on you. I'll call you. We are so excited to eavesdrop a little bit into the conversation between Paula and LaToya.
Hi, LaToya.
Hi, Paula.
You're a 2019 graduate.
Yes.
How does that feel?
Amazing. Amazing.
It
I
should
wanted to
feel
do
amazing.
it before 2020. I'm excited that
And
I
you did
finished.
that, didn't
Yes.
you? Absolutely. That's amazing. We know that every story that we've heard, even some of the stories that we haven't heard, are unique, right? And all of them, I think, are plausible. Yours is no different. After being out of school for 20 years, you made an intentional decision to go back to school to accomplish the high school equivalency program. What led you to that very moment when you decided, this is going to be the day that I do something different?
I was working at a job that maybe I thought that I would have been good at. I had been there for a few days, and they came and told me that their Human Resources Department wanted my high school diploma on file. It was a requirement for the job. I was devastated. I had to leave. They told me if I could get it soon that I could come back to the job. So I thought about it for a while, and I was thinking maybe I'm just not ready to do that, and I didn't have any resources to go about it. I spoke with my aunt, and she said, hey, your church member, Miss Andrea, is in the program, so just talk to her and see if it'll be something you'll be interested in. So I came to the class on a Monday, and it just led to me coming back every week after that until I finished and I graduated.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
How great thou art, huh?
Definitely, definitely.
I'm still on that.
Yes.
We all know that when we set goals and we have to begin the work of taking one step after the other in order to achieve our goals. But there is always a price to pay. Were there any sacrifices that you made? And if you had to do it all over again, would you?
I definitely would do it all over again. That time I was working 11:30 to 7 at my job. I spoke with my manager and asked him if I could switch over to the 8 to 5 shift so that I was able to go and do some things after school. Didn't want to necessarily let them know what I was doing just in case they were going to ask me for it next and I didn't have it. So I just kind of came to the class and I took it and I just kept going, and they let me keep my 8 to 5 schedule, so I was able to come every Monday and Thursday until I finished.
I'm so proud of you for a lot of different reasons, but you asked for what you needed.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
I just kept asking about it, just praying about it, just seeing like, is this going to be the right thing and the right fit for me? So I sat down and talked about it. I prayed about it, and then I just started coming to the class on Mondays and Thursdays.
Honey, you took a step and God took the rest, honey.
Definitely.
I absolutely love it. You shared something very beautiful with me before tonight. You identified that Bible study was one of the favorite parts of this program for you. You talked about how it bred togetherness and fellowship and relevant study with your classmates. In what ways did the word impact your personal life and give you that energy and that motivation and that encouragement just to continue to put one foot in front of the other?
It was the ladies, and it was the teacher as well. She is a great woman. We would come into the class, and we would focus on the Bible, but we would also just kind of have like women conversations. It would lead to the Bible, then it would lead back into something that was happening in our everyday life. So it was just like the Lord was in it, and then it was just a group of ladies just having conversations. So that really helped out a lot. It was kind of like a family. It didn't feel intimidating or anything like that. Like it was like a sisterhood. It was.
So it wasn't just about the math and
or anything like that. It was to come into the class, being happy to see each other. What did you do this past weekend? What test are you going to take? Are you excited about it? Are you nervous? And we just kind of like just motivate each other to, you can do it, you got it, and we just all would lean on each other.
and hold each other arms up.
Every day. Mondays and Thursdays, we would.
I love it. I love it. That's good stuff. Well, as we said before, you are a 2019 graduate.
Yes,
we can't say that enough. You're also a business owner. Mm-hmm. You recently accepted a position of medical receptionist. And each of these accomplishments are truly amazing. Mm-hmm. How has your educational proficiency impacted these areas and other areas in your life?
Now I'm able to go anywhere, any job, talk to anyone. If they ask me about the diploma, it's on file. I have it in hand. I have it at home. It's sitting in front of a big case. I absolutely love it. I was happy about it. I wanted to pick the prettiest frame that I could to have for that, because that was a big moment for me. Not only was it for me, I wanted my mom, who's here tonight, to see me graduate. That was a goal of hers, and I just wanted to just really make that happen for her.
That's good stuff. Not only was it a blessing for you,
yes,
was a blessing for your family.
It was my family as well. They were really happy about it.
I know your mama's proud of you, as we are, yes. Okay, LaToya, so I'm sure you'll agree that furthering your education, regardless of what that looks like, right? Mm-hmm. As you mentioned before, it can be a little intimidating sometimes. Were you challenged with being intimidated with the thought of going back to school? And if so, what tips can you share with any of us, all of us, and even those who are watching? How do we overcome those feelings of intimidation?
I had started taking the GED class maybe in 2012. I went to a school that it was a different setting. It was a teacher in the front, and then there was just a big classroom with maybe about 25 or 30 people. It would make you very nervous to get and ask a question that you might have thought was a dumb question to you, but it could have been smart to someone else. But it was very intimidating to me. There were guys and women in the class, and it just was like if you didn't know it, you would just sit there hoping that you would catch it when you got home, or maybe it would come to you over the course of a few days. But coming here, it was no intimidation. You come in, you find a groove that you could go with, sit with someone that you thought that you could really relate something to, or somebody that could teach you something. And the women here, they are very, very helpful. And I can't say that enough. This is a very, very great program. These people are really nice, and they will really help you out. Definitely.
That's good stuff. So how has that translated into your everyday life? Because I'm sure even before going through this program, you were a very helpful and giving person and encouraging person. But how has that, increased and magnified that appetite for you to just help other people and encourage other people, even at work?
I always tell people that you can do anything that you want to do. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to do it. If you have something or a goal set in mind, just go out and just achieve it. Just try to do it. If you fall off, maybe it takes you a year or two longer than someone else. Don't make your story someone else's story. Everyone has their own way to come. So just follow what you need to do, and it can happen for you. So when I go to work every day, I'm happy to know that if this job asks me for that diploma, I'm going to take it out that case and go and put it right on the table. That's what it is. So I'm very excited about that. Very happy.
Yeah, you can be like, oh, you mean this diploma?
Okay, just take it. Definitely.
I absolutely love it. You have done so much.
Thank you.
And I know you will continue to do so. So what are some of the things that you want to do going forward. What are some of your dreams that you have yet to achieve, but you know you're going to? What are some of those you'd like to share with us?
Right now, I own a small business. It's called Tay's Teak. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. I make customized door wreaths, children's hair bows, men's bow ties, centerpieces for tables, just anything that someone brings me and says, can you make this to look a little different or make it look a little more cleaner? I can take it and I'll fix that for you. So I want to take that business from my home and I'm trying to put it into a van. So I want to be like a business on wheels where I can open up the doors and you can just come in and just shop. Outside of doing that, I love salads. I just love salads. So I want to get a salad truck. So that's what I'm working on in the next 2 years is to get a salad truck to go.
Well, you let us know when that happens because that's one of the things I've been looking for.
Definitely.
A salad where you could just go get a customized salad.
Because most places you
have
have to go into the store and get it or sit down and eat it. I want to be able to pull up and walk up to the window, whatever type of salad you want, and just go about your lunch break or your dinner, and there you have it.
And it sure comes
yes. Definitely.
I love it. Well, again, we are so very proud of you. I feel like I've known you all my life.
Yes.
And we do know that the best is not only yet to come, it's on the way.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Let's give her another hand.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So we have another graduate in our midst tonight, none other than Letitia Williams. Letitia graduated from our Nashville program in 2019 by earning her high school equivalency. She continues to work on achieving her dreams as a student at one of my alma maters, Nashville State Community College. We know Letitia as one with boundless energy and enthusiasm. Letitia is an inspirational woman, one who has helped so many other people achieve their goals. At her graduation here at BeginAnew, Letitia yelled from the stage, "I did it, Mama!" Yes, you did, Letitia, yes, you did. And not only did you earn your degree, but you continue on a path to living your best life. You made the decision to work and to go to school, but at times when you didn't feel like it, you kept on going. I am excited to hear what you have to say to us on tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, college student, graduate, Letitia Williams.
I had some heels on at first, but my feet started swelling up. So I got my sparkles on today. Well, this place, thank you so much for the introduction. I think I got a little bit too much energy. I just want to thank BeginAnew because they changed my whole entire life. And the lady that was responsible for that, her name is Ann Ross. She has been behind me 100%. When I had nothing, I needed somebody to lean on. There's a lot of people you can't lean on, but she was there. And she made sure that I got my high school diploma, and I made sure I got it too, because I couldn't do it anymore. I'm like, I need to do something with my life. I'm 49 now. I graduated at 48. I graduated on a prayer, and God was with me the whole time. I just want to encourage everybody that's wanting to change their life and go back to school and do something with themselves is to just be disciplined. It's nothing wrong with discipline because it took me a minute to get it myself. I'm happy about school. It's like college is like the whole nother world. It's like college etiquette, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you can act one way in high school, but when you go to college, it's like you're grown. Well, I'm already grown, but it's like your inner childhood come out. Just to be on the campus instead of doing virtual, I mean, it's fun. Lost a lot of weight since I graduated. I lost 48 pounds. So trying to keep that body together so I can stay college fabulous. New beginning changed my life in ways. It's like I was having problems with my reading. I had problems with essays. That was the hardest thing for me to do is reading and essays and writing. It's the hardest thing ever. But for them to have volunteers to come and sit down with us and study, take out 2 hours of their day to come in and teach us, or an hour, to teach us and show us how things go is awesome. And I think this program needs to go a little bit further. When I say a little bit further, if y'all can find some tutors for college students, because I need a little extra help, that'll be help. But this place is amazing. Not only was they there for me during school, but they was there for me when I needed things. I was home, like I said, I needed a place to stay for a little while. They helped me. They made sure I had food, when you come to class, and I'll be looking forward to going to school because I knew we finna get fed the same day we go to class. I'll be right there the first thing. They help out. I needed some meds one day, and I called and I said, I ain't know what I'm gonna do. I called the program, and they helped me out with that. So, just a whole lot of stuff that they did. They help the kids. They help us with Christmas. They do everything. And this place is the best program for people that can't afford to go to school like other schools. They charge us, but this place is just like they really, really want to see people prosper. And that's amazing. You cannot find no place, or you can't get better than that. I mean, if I recall, Miss Heather, you remember the story we did on News Channel 5? And it was thebomb.com. That's Miss Julie's new name, thebomb.com. I love her too, she thebomb.com. But yeah, this place is amazing. And for me to go to school, and they got another program that you can go through. It's called Tennessee Reconnect. Once you graduate out of school, you can go to Tennessee Reconnect, and they'll give you a 2-year scholarship. As long as you go to the school in Davidson County, anyway, they will help you. And I'm on the program now. So, I'm trying to go, on to another. And they want to see you succeed. The state of Tennessee really does want you to succeed. Just like BeginAnew. BeginAnew is thebomb.com. Thank you so much.
Those sparkly shoes are thebomb.com, my friend. We here for those, yes. Letitia said a lot of great things. Firstly, discipline. I don't have any discipline, okay? How many of us say we're going to watch one show, then we're going to watch another show, and 4 or 5 shows in, you are now a binge watcher. And so I think she really gave us a lot of things to look forward to. But you know what got me to thinking? When's the last time somebody told you you did it? So I want you to turn to your neighbor. Say, you got this. Come on, table one, I see you. Say, you got this. All right, turn to your other neighbor and say, I did it, mama. I did it, mama. Right? We all want to make our parents proud. We all want to be reminded of that child inside of us that want to please our parents and please ourselves, and our kids look up to that. So when you do something good at work tomorrow, I want you to hear my voice in the back say, I did it, mama. I did it. I did a good job. You got this. So we're so grateful for you, Letitia. And I'm inspired by you and all the ladies the conversations we had today, learning about the good work of BeginAnew. BeginAnew truly makes a difference in lives. And I know you can see it. I know you've heard it. And it's been changing lives for almost 25 years. Who's done anything for 25 years? They actually are celebrating their 25th anniversary, and so we're so excited for them. And that is stability. That's good leadership. That's amazing volunteers. That's dedicated staff. That's a unique niche and a need that they help meet in our community. And as a nonprofit, the majority of the funds for this work comes from individual donors. It comes from you and I. So now I know you are holding your horses and you are ready for me to do the ask, and I am giving you the gifts of the ask, right? I am asking you, I'm inviting you to give a gift into this ministry. Your gift is an investment in the lives of young adult learners, yes, but it's also a gift to you. And not just the tax write-off, right? It's actually a gift to you. The gift of seeing people up close and personally take agency and authority over their lives and making positive changes for our futures. Remember, we said that we are a community. Our lives are intertwined in ways that you can't even imagine. So we're not just asking you to give. We're asking you to receive the gifts of what these students have to offer our community, our world, and each other. So let me tell you how this works tonight. As the walkers are getting ready to grace us with more music. Can you believe it? Give the walkers a round of applause. More music. So everyone has a program at their seats or at their table. If you go to the page marked Ways for You to Help Others, you will see a QR code at the bottom. We're getting a little fancy this year, trying some new technologically, advanced things, friends. So if you want to give through telephone, you just open your camera app, focus it on that QR code, and then the purple code at the bottom of the page. When you focus your camera on that QR code, you'll get a pop-up. Click on that statement and open it, and then you can give directly to Begin Anew. If you want a simpler approach, then your table host has envelopes at each table. Inside the envelopes are donor cards and envelopes. Just take one and write your credit card number or include your check with the donor card and put it in one of the smaller envelopes, the number 10 envelopes, and give it back to your table host. Table host will give those envelopes at the end of the night to the committee member. So you have a QR code, you have the paper on the table from your table host. And thirdly, if you're watching live stream, we have not forgotten about you. I know you're having a good time in your kitchen, dancing around with your friends and family. We also want you to be able to give and receive through your donation tonight. So you can go to our website when the program is over. Don't leave us just yet, but when it's over, first thing you do before you check Instagram or Facebook, we want you to go to our website, BeginAnew.org. You'll find the give button there. Just click it, the gold button right there, and you can give and donate. Of course, all these instructions to mail a check to the office at Foster Avenue are also on our website on the events page. Please know that we appreciate you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. And we are blessed to count you among the community members that are receiving and giving tonight. So I'm going to turn it over for one last time to Charles and Regina Walker. As you guys make your donations, they're going to grace us with more music. So this is the last time you guys are going to see me for tonight. If you're live streaming from home, there was a collective "aw" in the room. You couldn't hear it. It was inaudible. But I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys and being your MC tonight. So thank you so much for having me. Now it is my pleasure to introduce you to the executive director of BeginAnew. All this hard work could not have been done without the staff and the leadership of BeginAnew, Heather Nerville. Heather marks 3-year anniversary with BeginAnew this month and came to the organization following 23 years of experience in ministry and commercial business. Her ministry experience includes responsibilities at Long Hollow Baptist Church and the People's Church, which is now Church of the City, as well as Brentwood Baptist Church. She's a graduate from Belmont University, one of my alma maters, and earned her master's degree of divinity at Southern Baptist Theology Seminary in Louisville. Heather, welcome to the stage.
Okay, Shana, earlier you said, how can I follow that? Okay, I'm getting to follow you and Paula and Cassie and LaToya and Letitia and the Walkers. I mean, that's not even close to being fair. Because y'all are like, who's she? And you should be, because let me tell you something. This is God's program. One of my favorite things about BeginAnew is that this is God's program. This has been a season of change like no other. God's word says in Ecclesiastes 3:1, there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. And one of the things that we got to do during the COVID-19 pandemic is we got to put some things down and decide what it looked like to pick them back up again. So we got to reimagine children's programming instead of just childcare. Miss Letitia mentioned the fact that one of the things she loved about coming to class was that she got a meal before class every night. And while Miss Patty is very gracious to cook for the students sometimes and bring what she can, 2 of our programs, our program in Nashville and our program at Woodbine, actually get a meal every single evening for the students. And it is my goal and my dream that by the end of next year that every single site will have meals for our students before they get to class. Because let me tell you something, when you're hungry and you're studying, it is hard to concentrate. And so many of our students are working full-time jobs, picking up their children and coming straight to class because they are determined to get their education. This evening, I feel like we've done a great job representing our high-set students, our high school equivalency students, but I want to share one story from one of our English language learning students to help you understand a little bit more about what we do. So how many people in here speak 1 or 2 languages? Raise your hand. Now, you all speak English, so everybody, this is participatory. Everyone should have your hands up, okay? All right, keep your hand up if you speak 3 or 4 languages. Okay. So I really probably shouldn't say I guess I could say I speak 3. So I have studied English, Spanish, Greek, and Hebrew. But you don't really speak Hebrew. It's an ancient language, but I can speak a little Greek. That said, several years ago, our program used to be called English as a Second Language. And then as we got to know our students more, we began to realize that for most of our students coming to study English, this is not their second language. It is sometimes their 4th or their 5th or their 6th language. And we thought, how can we continue to call it English as a second language? This just isn't fair. They are more educated in languages than I have ever dreamed of being. And so we started calling it English language learning. Last year, BeginAnew served students from 33 countries of origin in the midst of COVID-19. 33 countries of origin. When you talk about being able to proclaim the gospel, the nations are coming to us. And the beauty of BeginAnew is we don't just think of poverty as economic. We think of it as economic, social, and spiritual. We address economic poverty through education, social poverty by mentoring and building community like you hear of in our Bible study classes, and spiritual poverty by sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. So a few years ago, we had a student walk into our Franklin location by the name of Zena. Zena came to us from Iraq. Her husband actually served as a U.S. translator for the U.S. Army. He translated all that they needed, and he served the U.S. Army as a translator for over 10 years. And then the death threat started. And then the death threats ratcheted up to the extent that the U.S. Army was no longer comfortable with the threats that were happening to Zena and her family. And so if you can imagine, I'm sure most of you have extended families that you love, people that you treasure, friends, your church family. Zena and her family, under the cover of night, had to be removed from the only country they'd ever known, from the home that they loved, from the community that meant something to them, from their extended family. They're not allowed to contact their mother, their father, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, because to contact any of them could put a death threat on their lives. And I don't know if you know this, I didn't, but often when you're brought as a refugee to the U.S., you don't get a say in where you go. You're told, here's your city. Now, once you get established, you're allowed to move around, but your initial location isn't chosen by you. And so Zena found her way to Franklin, Tennessee. And a neighbor told her about BeginAnew. And so by God's grace, Zena walked into a program where she not only learned the English language, because while her husband knew English fluently, Zena did not even know how to speak the language. So she's lost her home and her family, and she doesn't even know how to communicate with the new people around her. She graduated from our English language program, and she has gone on to start the high school equivalency program. She is currently has passed 3 of the 5 subjects. And in her home country, and this is often true of our refugees, she actually has an advanced degree. She was an educator, a teacher in her home country. But when refugees come to America, not only do they often have to learn the language, they often have to start over with their degrees, even if they have an advanced degree in their home country. And so Zena's dream is she wants to be an educator. And so she began, we helped her get in with the Franklin Special School District, and they love her so much that she has been a teacher's assistant at the school. And they have actually promised her a job as a teacher when she's able to finish getting her degree and securing her teacher credentials. That's what it looks like to bring someone in and not just teach them English language, but offer them community, family, acceptance, people that are going to have your back no matter what. And that's what I love about what God does through BeginAnew. And it is thanks to people like you. It is thanks to the 209 volunteers that we had last year. But here's the deal. We had 298 students that were served last year. So what that means is that's not nearly enough volunteers. Because I think you'll have heard us talk about the fact that we love pairing students up with mentors. So it takes a lot more volunteers to get a bunch of people one-on-one. I hope some of you are inspired tonight by the students and their stories, by the God story in each of their lives, because that's what's truly important. I cannot thank the committee enough, but Sheila Allen for being just such a joy and such an advocate here for us at Madison Church of Christ, for baking brownies. I hear you were the brownie baker this year. Patty Stewart and her sweet mother. Patty served on the committee, but she and her sweet mother baked all those pies, y'all. And the pie that some of the hosts are taking home, that's like, I think it's called Southern Brown Sugar Pie. I heard it's like a sugar daddy melted into pie perfection. And I'm jealous because I was looking for it back there on the table, and apparently y'all got all the slices. So I'm just saying, y'all phone me up and you tell me what it tasted like, please. I want a full report because I've been savoring it in my mouth all night. Marcia, Cisse, you helped connect us with some amazing talent, with a caterer, and our very sweet Elaine Gordon helped chair and keep the train on the track. And I cannot thank this committee enough for making tonight possible. So I know, Marcia, you have a few people you'd like to thank on behalf of the committee, but thank you all so much for your time and attention tonight. And y'all, please give these amazing students, they are who this is all about. This is not about any of the rest of us, but y'all are awesome, and I love every single one of you.
So I feel like I should be saying thank you to everyone tonight for allowing me to be here, because it's just every year that I get an opportunity to serve in this capacity, I'm so grateful. And on behalf of the committee, I have the opportunity and the privilege to thank some very special people tonight. So if Shayna Berkeley, Paula Farmer, and the Walkers would stand and join me, please. Yes. So on behalf of the committee, we just wanted to thank you tonight for the gift of your words, your time, your talents. It truly takes all hands on deck to make an evening like this possible, and we just wanted to give you a little something tonight to show you how much we appreciate you and everything that you offered us tonight. So you have a gift bag from BeginAnew, and those pies on the table over there, yes. They belong to you. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. And next, if we could have Letitia Walker, Latoya Drennan, Cassie Mangrum, if you all would stand. So thank you for sharing your story with us tonight, and we didn't want you to leave without a thank you from us. And so you get to, I'm sorry, and if the photographer, Mather Scott, would stand, along with the technical crew, Todd Hibbs, Don Allen, Mark Werner, and anybody else on the technical team, you get to take home tonight the wreath arrangements with the candle in the middle. Those belong to you tonight. They're real. You can take them home and decorate your table with them. Those were donated to us, graciously donated by Christy Gilliland tonight. So those belong to you. And for our beautiful table host, we have a gift bag for you along with a pie also. And our guests also get to take the mums that are here featured tonight, beautifully grown and donated by Christy also. You can sit, I'm sorry, yes. So, and also we want to give a big thank you to our Parkway Baptist Church who sponsored our dinner tonight, and the expenses they sponsored all that, of course. And we also want to extend a special thank you to Madison Church of Christ for making your facility available to us tonight and for the program. And we are just so grateful for everybody, every part that you played in making tonight a success. We're truly grateful for it. Thank you so much.
Let's just close with a word of prayer and praise God for all that He is doing. Oh, Father God, You are such an awesome God. God, we praise You for the way that You pursue Your lost children. God, we praise You for how You pursue every single one of us, because we were all lost once. God, thank You for being the kind of God who leaves the 99 to search out for the one that You love so dearly. God, thank You for the way You pursue our students and our staff and our volunteers, because God, it is not just the student lives that are changed.
God, you change every one of us as you teach us more about how to love, more about how to look like Jesus, more about how to talk like Jesus and walk like Jesus and live like Jesus. Lord, forgive us where we fail to do those things. And God, would we be about the business of helping people heal, of welcoming people, of reminding them of your grace and your mercy, of God saying, the forgiven forgive. God, we thank you for tonight, for just a reminder of how great you are. God, we thank you for an opportunity to worship in music and to praise for all that you have done in and through the lives of those that are here tonight. Go with us, guide us, Lord. Make our paths clear and make them straight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.